Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon this youth impact parliament. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the executive director of Youth Impact Movement. Endow members of parliament with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of this parliament, the interests and wishes of the members may be well and truly served, and thy good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision for this parliament, fair as it might be, a fraternity of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a fraternity of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, a fraternity of brotherhood, where success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a fraternity of peace, where the parliament shall rest on the will of its members and love for the common good. Bless the effort of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of the Youth Impact Parliament Ghana. Amen. Honorable members, you may resume your seat. Honorable members, on the other paper, communication from the speaker, from founders. Honorable members, today we congratulate the House for sitting in all months since inauguration. We wish you well. A year to that. It's not easy to attend all the sittings. Communication from the speaker. Honorable members, today's sitting presents us with a crucial opportunity to engage in meaningful parliamentary business, with particular emphasis on our debate concerning Ghana's judicial processes. The motion before the House. This House believes that the processes involved in the removal of the Chief Justice of Ghana are in line with the provision of the 1992 Constitution, demand our thoughtful consideration. This debate requires us to carefully examine Article 146 and 144 of our Constitution, which establish the framework for judicial accountability. Members are expected to emphasize this provision with legal precision, considering both their letter and spirit. We must assess whether this constitutional safeguard adequately balance judicial independence with necessary accountability mechanisms. The chair emphasized that contribution to these debates should be substantive and evidence-based. Members should prepare to reference relevant constitutional provisions, historical precedents, and comparative examples from other jurisdictions. Personal opinion must be supported by factual and legal foundations. Time limits will be strictly enforced to ensure all interested members have opportunity to contribute. Following this principal debate, we will proceed to private members' business. Questions must be concise and directly relevant to government business. Statements should be submitted in writing prior to delivering and will be limited to 2 minutes each. Petitions must follow established procedural requirements. As we approach the end of this parliamentary section, the chair expects the highest standard of decorum and intellectual rigor throughout today's proceeding. Thank you. Honorable members, item 4 on the order paper, official introduction of youth MPs. So you stand up, you introduce yourself, any other position you are having, you let us know. Honorable.
Yeah, I want to make a submission. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker in the August House, for the opportunity. My name is Wanda Nicodemus Jameshi, the minority leader of this caucus and this house. Mr. Speaker, it's very prudent that we pick precedents from our mother parliament. Since the inception of this fourth parliament, we could all realize that, when an MP is about to introduce him or herself, or to make a submission on the floor of parliament, he introduced himself and then tell the House the state of his or her constituents, a report from the constituency.
Well noted.
But this has been lacking for some time, so I believe we should get back to our
Well noted. But
old
it should
love.
be brief. It should be brief. Normally, some of the MPs normally capitalize on that to waste time.
All right.
So please, in as much as you want to, say something about your constituent, be brief so that we leave here early.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope all of you have the other paper. So we start from minority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Victoria Nochubi, the Assistant Clerk Relation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Sandra Mausikbe, Assistant Clerk Affairs. Thank you.
A year to that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Rebecca Nkupton, Assistant Clerk Accounts.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker in the August House. My name is Doche Samson, the Chairperson of Education Committee, the Cluster Head of the House. Mr. Speaker, I'm coming from a constituency called Kwangwa from Place North, where we have beautiful islands like Dija Islands, Pala Islands, and then Ajaboso. So I always say that if you want to go on excursion, you should kindly see me so that I'll take you to Afram Place to see how beautifully nature has designed Afram Place North. Mr. Speaker, I want to note one thing. I can see that those handling the camera has been so biased in capturing the house, especially during the initial proceedings like this. I have observed this on several occasions. When they are capturing the house, they only capture majority and the parliamentary service members and then the speaker. But the minority caucus have been exempted. If you can check the recording that they have taken now, the video. The minority is not showing in the video. Please, let's take note of that. Thank you very much.
Very much. Cameraman, so you take note.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker in the Guest House. My name is Donovan Magbless, Youth MP for Southtown Constituency, the Operations Officer for Youth Impact Movement, as well as the Minority Chief Whip of the House. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, the House, for the opportunity given once again. My name is Wanda Nicodemus Jamesi, the minority leader for this caucus, the youth MP for the good people of Enock Constituency, and the chair of the Intelligence Committee of this fourth Parliament. Mr. Speaker, it's very good, and by the grace of God today, we are here in this General Assembly of the People's Representative. And I must say, my constituents are doing very well. They are good. They are doing well as a result of the warm wishes and the war atmosphere that has been breathed by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration. The dollar is getting down the low, the cedi, cost of living getting down from the roof. In fact, we are doing well. Thank you.
To that.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker of the House. I'm Elsie Akofa Kobe, Youth MP from Kwanta South, and the Acting Second Deputy Speaker for today's session.
To that.
Speaker.
So that is the minority caucus. Let's move to majority caucus as they introduce themselves. Majority.
Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker, the House. My name is Elizabeth Kanda. I'm acting as an aspiring youth MP.
To that.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker in the Guest House. Mr. Speaker, my name is Emmanuel Akpabi. Mr. Speaker, I'm the youth MP for the good people of Ketinoff and the chairperson for Sports and Games Committee. And I'm as well as Elisa HTU present. Thank you.
To that. Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Speaker in the House. I'm Youth MP for Efuto Constituency, and in this fourth Parliament, Chairperson for Defence Committee. I'm Isaac Etonameje.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Unugu Orlando, an interim MP.
Thank you, Madam Mr. Speaker in the Guest House. My name is Cyril Kekeliamevo, an interim MP. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The name is Believe Agoso, MP for Keta Constituency, and also Majority Chief Whip, also a member of Business Committee. Thank you.
Hey, Honorable Believe, it's been a while.
I just got from the state.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Victor Salom, Youth MP for Hokwe Constituency. the Deputy Majority Leader, and there's a good news for Volta region. Hoho has passed the test conducted by the GFA for Premier Leagues to be held in its sports complex. So it's a good news for us. Like I've been saying, those of you who have not been to Hoho before, I encourage all of you to equally visit that place for yourself and see the good work I'm doing so that all of you can emulate him. Thank you.
Yeah, to that.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity given. I'm Hubert Agbaho, the Youth MP for Akachi North Constituency, and then the Majority Leader for this House and the Leader of Government Business. Mr. Speaker, I would say members of my constituency are very healthy, working in as much as we believe in human capital. So our MP, who is Honorable Nochikote, he is doing his marvelous works, and I'm seeing his works, and then probably most of our colleagues here are equally seeing where he is actually helping students in the tertiary institutions, training colleges, school of hygiene across Ghana, and other institutions, giving them that support to actually improve upon their studies. And in general, everything is going on well in my constituency. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We move to item 5, business. The clerks, please, you introduce yourself.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Wilhelmina Irabna Ohiniwa, the Assistant Clerk Accounts.
My name is Nelly Ofori Champon, the Acting Deputy Clerk Finance. My name is Uche Goslav Gloria, Deputy Clerk Operations.
My name is Mary Tetega, Clerk to Parliament.
Thank you very much for the introduction. We move to item 5 on the order paper. Business Committee reports. Business Committee reports. Majority Leader will take us through the Business Committee report. So you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to lay the Business Committee report to the Parliament. In the second session of the fourth Parliament of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana, of Youth Impact Movement, for the seventh sitting of the second session of the lower chamber of Youth Impact Parliament, Ghana, that's on July 13, 2025. So before the commencement of business, we had the opening prayers, and then also communication from founders, and then communication from the speaker. Then we moved to the introduction of youth MPs that we had earlier on, and the business committee report, which I'm currently delivering. We then proceed to the commencement of debates for today, where the motion reads: this House believes that the processes involved in the removal of the Chief Justice of Ghana is in line with the provisions of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. That's the motion for today. And then thereafter, we move into the end of business, where we'll be having preparations towards the inauguration of the fifth Parliament. Yes, and then we adjourn the House to the 13th, which happens to be our last parliamentary sitting for this current Parliament, which is slated for the 9th August next month. Thank you very much. This is the business committee report. Thank you.
Yeah, to that. Thank you very much, Majority Leader, for the Business Committee report. Commencement of debate. Commencement of debate. Item 6. Debate of the motion for the day. This House believe that the processes involved in the removal of yes, you have to declare say whether a submission from the minority then you declare the business of the report. It's a working document. Thank you very much for that. Yes. Please, any submission about the business committee report? Any submission about the business committee report? Honorable.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, item 7 on our order paper. Mr. Speaker, it has been dealt with already, so I think with the chair and the House, we can skip it whenever we get there.
Exactly.
If the House agrees with it.
Thank you very much. Any other submission? Honorable.
Thank you very much, the Speaker of the House, for the opportunity. My name is Hon Enock Kwame Sododzi, the minority leader. The Speaker, yes, today's order paper does not capture statement that's a private business, statement, questions, and petitions. Yes, and above all, we just had a rerun election from Ablokumanov of some 19 polling stations. So, Committee on Election Monitoring will have to update the House. Yes. So, thank you.
Well noted. Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yes, the minority leader raised a point, but it could be said that probably before somebody makes a statement, puts a question before the floor of parliament, probably the speaker might be in the known, or probably the speaker might admit some questions or statement. So if the said people that you've mentioned, which is the Committee on Election Monitoring, they are here, that they've actually draw the attention of the speaker that we have a statement to make or a question to ask pertaining to the rerun, and speaker has admitted it, I think that our attention will be drawn. I mean, the attention of the business committee will be drawn, where we will actually indicate those statements, petitions, and then questions on the business committee report. So as at now, I'm not sure if speaker have actually received any question or whatsoever from them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Minority Leader. I've not received.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Yes, it is factual at the point that the majority leader has raised. But precedents and practices, conventions taught us that it's not always that the speaker will admit questions, petitions, or statements on notice earlier before the sitting. Some can arise whenever we call for sitting, and it can be done on verbal basis. What about that? So, secondly, Committee on Election Monitoring. Committee on Election Monitoring, they have not to notify the speaker on such regard that we have a statement, petition, or also whatever. No, they are coming to bring a report and brief the House accordingly, pertaining to things concerning the just ended Ablokumanov 19 police station rerun election. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable member. They are not even in the House. So we proceed. Majority Leader.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So the motion, the discussion, the minority leader is actually raising is a legit one. That's why the business committee laid the report before parliament. And if the house deems it fit that okay, we should include it and members have statements or questions or whatever to make pertaining to the rerun of the 19 polling stations in Ablekuma North, why not? We can actually revise the business committee report. It's not rigid, it can be amended. So why not?
Thank you very much. Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Yes, the majority leader has raised another substantive issue as regards to the amending the the business committee, no, the order paper for commencement of business for the day. Yes, if you can do so, fine. But it will be prudent again that in the run-up to the third parliament, as the majority leader then, and he as the minority leader, he was part of the business committee. But all of a sudden, last year, June, 23rd June, the standing orders were amended, which took the position of the minority leader as a ranking member, standing on Order 107. Then, and the amended Order 108. Now, took it off. That made the minority leader positions not being a member of the business committee again, and for that matter, the ranking to that committee. So if those anomalies can be corrected, because I believe I need to have a voice there. Yes, I need to have a voice there. For drafting of business of the day, for smooth running of the house and proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your point is well noted. Honorable members, any other submission as we proceed to item 6. Item 6. Honorable members, there is no submission again. So, commencement of debate. Honorable.
Mr. Speaker, I'm just reminding you that the business committee report has not been adopted at the House. So please, we can do the
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. So the business committee report being read by the majority leader. All those in favor to say aye. All those not in favor to say nay. Honorable members, the business committee report has been read by the majority leader. All those in favor to say aye. All those not in favor to say nay. The ayes have it. Therefore, the business committee report has been adopted. We move to item 6 on the order paper. Item 6 on the order paper. Debate of the motion for the day. Honorable members, the debate today is this House believe that the processes involved in the removal of the Chief Justice of Ghana is in line with the provision of 1992 Constitution. Mr. Speaker, to take the chair.
Honorable members, as we continue business, we are on item 6, which is the debate of the motion for the day. Honorable members, as we do it every time, allocation of 5 minutes to each speaker, to each speaker when he's on the floor. And when your 5 minutes is not up, you can decide to yield the rest of your minute to another honorable member. So we start with the honorable members. We start with the honorable belief.
Thank you, Vice Honorable Speaker. MP for Keta Constituency. And Mr. Speaker, in my view, I feel that the 5 minutes is too much, because if you give 5 minutes to each, then the presenter made his presentation. Maybe at a point you come for follow up again, then the time will go. So let's want to make it 3 minutes, because definitely each will not speak more than will speak again. Are you getting it? So I feel that we should make it 3 minutes, so that maybe if somebody want to make any further contribution again, then the person come again. But the 5 minutes is too much.
Let me hear from Honorable Samson, a follow up from him, then pray on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. The 5 minutes has become a norm in the House. And per what we have agreed upon, it is not subject to change. So let's go by the 5 minutes. That's what we have agreed upon.
Honorable members, this is not a debate. We are all trying to agree on let's all be on one page. Honorable Majority Leader, let's hear from you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've heard from the two speakers, but Honorable Samson saying it has become a norm and it's not subject to change. I strongly differ. We are in a democratic dispensation, and then we are in this house where we take opinions and then we vote on them. But you just standing and say it's not subject to change, I don't think it's in line. You can say, okay, I'm having an opposing view that we should maintain the 5 minutes, but you just counter crossing him that it's not subject to change. I'm not sure that we have anything which is so rigid in this house that we cannot change. Conventions or practices are also subject to change.
Honorable
Thank you.
Majority Leader, with this said, what's your opinion
With
on
this
that?
said, and then looking at the time we are in currently, and I will also side with 3 minutes. When you are done with 3 minutes, let's just give the opportunity to everybody, and then with that 3 minutes, we are good to go. Even with that 5 minutes, you hear people saying that I've willed my time, the rest of my minutes, to someone to continue speaking. It has been happening each and every time. So I think that 3 minutes to me is okay.
So to be fair, having heard from the Majority Leader, let me hear from the Minority Leader, then I'll give my opinion on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. All right. Time is fast spent. So this side of the House is agreeing to the 3 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your submissions. Honorable members, looking at the atmosphere of the House, I can see most of the members are in favor of the 3 minutes. So let's maintain that. Minority leader. Okay, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, yes. I want to make a U-turn on the earlier agreement to the 3 minutes. Why am I doing so? Looking at my caucus, we are not many compared to majority. So if we are giving 3 minutes, for example, Honorable Samson speak, I speak, then it will take another whole 10 before it will come to us again. So let's do it this way. Majority caucus, there are many than we do.
Honorable minority leader, as we do the convention, one side speaks, it gets to the turn of the other side.
Perfectly well.
Yes, that's how it's being done.
Yes.
To be fair, it's not that each member will speak and before it gets to your turn. No, we don't do it like that. We hear from the majority, we hear from the minority, we go back to the majority and come back to the minority. That's how it's supposed to be.
Of course.
Okay.
The president.
Okay.
Yes, but they will make more contribution than we do. This is my point.
Honorable members, I think when you are saying they will make more contributions than you will do,
yes, depending on their numbers.
I beg to differ. But just say the two of you will make more submissions more than the people over there. Yes, because if they are entitled to one submission each, anytime an honorable member make a submission from their side, it will be your turn, either the majority leader, the minority leader, or the available leader.
Okay.
Honorable Samson.
Okay.
So it's not
Okay.
that they will make submissions more than you. But honorable
Okay.
member, with this, I want to put it to you that you should do a roll call and whip your members into the chamber as soon as possible.
This is the problem I've been having, Even my whip, who are supposed to do the whipping job.
As soon as possible.
So,
Let
thank
your
you,
chief whip do his job. Honorable members, let's hear the opening remarks from the majority leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to give my opening remarks on today's motion, which reads, this House believes that the processes involved in the removal of the Chief Justice of Ghana is in line with the provisions of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. So, Mr. Speaker, this motion or this debate is actually going to be in a form where no one is taking sides actually, because this is actually with the Supreme Court, or it's in the court currently. And then I would like to state that if we are discussing or we are debating, let's leave the merits actually of this debate or the suspension of the Chief Justice. Let's actually leave the merits out of it. Let's debate in such a way that we speak to facts and then we don't step on each other's toes. Let's just speak how things transpired since the inception of the time the president received the 3 petitions from the citizens of Ghana down to current dispensation, where the Chief Justice is currently before the ECOWAS court. So if we are discussing, these are the modus operandi that we are going to use in terms of our debate today. So, Mr. Speaker, this is my opening remarks for today's debate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Majority Leader. Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity once again and making my opening remark on the motion tabled before the House, which reads, and I quote, "This House believes that the process involved in the removal of the Chief Justice of Ghana is in line with the provisions of the 1992 Constitution." Yes, this is a very highly spiritual motion before the House. This subject matter has been in the public domain since the inception of that three petition that's been written to the office of the president ever since he assumed office, pertaining to the conduct in the running of public office, the office of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Yes, I believe we, the youths, who are one way or the other adding our voice to national discourse, are here this afternoon to also dissect the matter into proper perspective as far as this subject matter is concerned. So I align myself with the mode of operations as far as the matter is concerned, as raised by the majority leader. These are strictly judicial matters. Strictly. So, for judicial matters, so far as they are before a court of competent judicature, they are before a committee set up and invested powers in by the President of the Republic. There's no way that we should be touching the merits of the case. When I say the merit, I'm talking about the prima facie evidence laid by the Council of State under the Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution to refer those prima facie evidences to the office of the President for him to also constitute a 5-member committee to delve into the matter. We are not going to touch that, but our stand here today is just about, is the process followed so far, has the process been followed so far in line with Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. So in that, I hereby make my opening remark for the commencement of this debate before the House. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the minority leader. Honorable members, having heard from both leaders, I will urge all of you to refrain from making submissions that will make this House or any honorable member here be cited for contempt. Honorable members, please be guided when making your submissions. So, honorable members, let's hear from the majority side. Honorable members, it's the time of the majority side.
All right, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to actually add my voice to this subject matter or the debate for the day. Mr. Speaker, I strongly believe that for the processes followed so far, it's actually in line with the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, with particular provision of Article 146, Clause 6 of the 1992 Constitution, which I will kindly, with your indulgence, read. Article 146, Clause 6 of the 1992 Constitution, which reads, "Where a petition is for the removal of the Chief Justice, the President shall, acting in a consultation with the Council of States, appoint a committee consisting of 2 justices of the Supreme Court, one of whom shall be appointed chairman by the president, and 3 other persons who are not members of the Council of State, nor members of Parliament, nor lawyers. So, reading this particular provision stated in the Constitution, so on that fateful day, on the 25th of March, where the president received a petition from these 3 citizens of this country, you all saw that the president actually followed this provision in the Constitution down by forming the said committee. After that, when you read the Constitution going down, they say until a prima facie case, a prima facie is being determined by the committee, they now then proceed with the suspension of the Chief Justice, where the investigation and other things will actually go on. So, Mr. Speaker, looking at this timeline from where the petition has been received till now, I don't see any breach where we will say that the practices so far, any of them has actually violated any part of this said constitution. So we are strongly of the view, or I am strongly of the view, that the practices have actually followed what is stated in the constitution, and on that fateful day where His Excellency, the President of Ghana, asks, or let's say 29th of March, where he gave the suspended Chief Justice 10 days, that was on the 29th of March, to actually read and then followed the petitions raised against her. Even the constitution didn't say you should give 10 days. It's even the number of days is even less. But the president actually add more to it to actually enable the Chief Justice have ample time to actually go through the petition raised before her. And moving forward so far, where on the 22nd of April, where the president of the day suspended the Chief Justice, and we've seen the work that the committee has done up to a level where the prima facie case has been determined and the processes thereafter. So, Mr. Speaker, to conclude, I would say some statements being made by the suspended Chief Justice, whereby she will even go making public noise or public information about this particular matter. A lot of lawyers or private legal practitioners stated that she has actually breached the constitution, and now also going to the ECOWAS court, suing the entire country. I think somebody should actually call her to order. Let's actually follow the due process. You being before the committee doesn't mean that automatically you are out of office. The committee can come back and say that, oh, even though after determining the prima facie case, there is no other substantive case that can actually warrant your removal from office entirely. So I'm sure someone is actually advising the suspended Chief Justice, and upon that advice that she's actually working on, she's having lawyers, advisors, and I think those people should actually call her to order, if to the extent she can actually withdraw the case currently at the ECOWAS court. I think it will do us a great good as a Republic of Ghana. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, the house is door.
Are you talking about? Is it one?
The minority, Honorable Samson.
You want to give another opinion?
That one is just a statement of the motion. Now the majority leader.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, yes, the majority leader has said a lot, pursuant to Article 146, Clause 6, which actually spoke about the receipts of the petition, referring the petition to the Council of State, upon the Council of State determining the prima facie evidence in the case, whether it is grounded in law or very meritorious. Then from there, they report to the President, and the President also forming a committee. That is perfect. Now, my point here is very simple. The Constitution makes it clear how this procedure should be followed. And if you go to, with your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, if you go to Clause 8, okay, it says all proceedings under this article shall be heard in camera.
Honorable member, please clarification. Clause 8 of what?
Of Article 146, under whom the chairman of...
I want to know for which constitution you are quoting from.
Mr. Speaker, of course, we are dealing with Article 1992 Constitution of the Republic.
You should state it, because I also have my association constitution, which is up to Article 178. So I
Mr.
don't
Speaker,
know.
but in the motion, Article 1992 Constitution was quoted.
No, for clarity's sake. Honorable
So
members.
everything that we are doing here is under Article 1992 Constitution of the Republic.
Honorable member,
So
for
under what
clarity's sake,
circumstance?
Honorable-
Mr. Speaker,
Honorable
under what
member,
circumstance,
to be
as a
let
former
me
Chief
finish.
Justice
Let me
of Hotel
finish.
University SRC,
Let
I'll
me
go outside the
finish.
bus.
Honorable member.
Mr. Speaker, prove me wrong. Under
Honorable
what
member.
circumstances?
Honorable member, listen to me. You see, these are videos. You see, you can edit it, cut your part, and post it on your social media. When you quote the article without giving the referral from where you are quoting it from, when I take that video, how would someone know you are quoting from the 1992 Constitution of Ghana?
Okay,
Honorable
Mr.
member,
Speaker.
please take a cue from that.
Yeah, I'm taking a cue from that. Yes. So let me also make it on point that all that we are doing here is under 1992 Constitution as revised 1996 of the Republic of Ghana, where I'm quoting Article 146 from Clause 8, which says, all proceedings in regards to removal of any justice or chief justice or chairman of regional tribunals or chairman of other statutory bodies shall be heard in camera. Now, my point here is that the Chief Justice was making some allegations against the procedure that has been followed so far. But what she failed in acknowledging is that she is not able to mention one, Mr. Speaker, for Christ's sake, one provision that has been breached so far. She is being also backed by the Ghana Bar Association that a CI should be published where there is a discretionary power for the president to act or not to act. Where were they when Madam Charlotte Osei was removed from office? Where were they when Madam Vivian Lamte was removed from office? Was GBA not informed? No, let's be serious in this country. So, for the Chief Justice, she has totally breached the constitution that she is the custodian to. She is a custodian of all the laws of the Republic. And having been breached that is a misconduct. And for that one, I'll put it before her and I'll put it to her, as she has been saying in the court. Now, she has been making some issues, raising some issues that the committee refused to allow her to bring her families, including her husband, her daughter, to the committee hearing. But the question you should ask is, does the constitution make provision for these people to be brought before the committee? She also made another allegation that the committee, before she enters the committee hall, they will be chasing her, searching her, collect her phone from her, collect her laptops, and all sort of comments. But if you go to Supreme Court, if you just go and listen to court hearing, they will search you. You go through security check before you enter. What about that? So, in law, grounded in precedents and practices, the Chief Justice doesn't have any grounds under which she will criticize this procedure as far as the provisions in the Constitution is concerned. Because, clear accusations, they say, a fear is not, is that, or is it? Clear conscience, they say, fear no accusation. Is that not so? So if she is not caught in the middle of all these allegations being raised against her, all this prima facie evidence table against her by the Council of State, she should just allow herself to go through the process, and at the end of the day, if these prima facie evidence are grounded in law, are very meritorious or not, she will be cleared and she will go back to her office. So let me end it here. I'll come back. Thank you.
Honorable Vixen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker in the House. My name is Vixen Bryce Selom, Youth MP for Hall Constituency, the only commercial sitting voter region. Mr. Speaker, so this issue about the suspension of the Chief Justice, for me, is fully politically motivated in a sense that we are pretending not to see what is happening. Because even if we are right of removing her, but your previous comment about the Chief Justice will make all of us assume that the Chief Justice is a target object. Why do I say so? Someone made an argument about Akufo-Addo removing Charlotte Osei and where was Ghana Bar Association. These are two distinct issues. In the electoral commission themselves, among the three commissioners, they were conflicting each other. It's an internal fight. So, once petition was brought, it's not about somebody going somewhere to file petition against them that they've squandered money, but it was an internal fight. As just opposed to the Supreme Court or the Chief Justice as well. What is the issue? In this country, if you go to court, the political party, if you go to court, especially with the NDC, if you go to court and your case or you've won your case, the judiciary is working, and maybe you lose. That means that someone is going to pack the court with his party apparatchiks. This is the reason why I'm saying that this whole exercise is politically motivated. Now, the Chief Justice said her right have been abused. Of course, in as much as a procedure is going on, you have to take cognizance of the fact that you shouldn't infringe on someone's right. Because if you infringe on my right, I also fight back as well. So what he is doing is within her right to fight for herself. When it comes whereby I do you or tit for tat, and I'm sure that when people also come one day, they will also do the same thing. This is a bad precedent being set. The fact that someone has done something in the past doesn't mean that you shouldn't come and retaliate. Then you are not different from the person who did this some 8 years ago. You're all the same. Two wrongs that don't make a right. So what I would have loved President Mahama to for me, I know that as a person who would have allowed the Chief Justice to stay to make a difference, but there are some hawks in the party that are pushing him to do so, which is not good for our democracy. Bet me when MEP also come, some years, they will do the same thing. And someone saying that he's going banning around for the fact that the teacher came to the press conference to say that her phone had been taken. Yes, of course, you are entitled to your phone, but I don't see the reason why her phone will be seized, her laptop will not give access. But the petitioners, if you connect all the dots, even the people who petition, you will see that they are part of the ruling government as well. But I'm not saying that because last year, Mama met some NDC lawyers in September and was telling them that was urging them that they should also show interest in the bench so that when they come, they'll balance the bench as well. But my issue is that even if you have genuine concern of removing the Chief Justice, your previous comment will make people assume that you came to retaliate. You see the seven judges that he appointed to the Supreme Court bench, we know that they are all not affiliated to any political party, but your previous comment will make us understand that, yes, because you were the very person in opposition saying that Akufo-Addo has packed the court with MPP apparatchiks. But knowing we're feeling that if there's no vacant over there, nobody can go, unless, of course, the two judges, what's the name, request for, because there are gamut of issues in the Supreme Court that need to be dealt with efficiently. But if you look at the backlog and people will send their case to the Supreme Court, it will take over 10 years or 7 years to record the case to be visited. That's not helping. But I'm saying that I'm not encouraging any, as if you make up your mind to be in the public sector, be ready to be accountable for the people of Ghana. But the mode of which the business is being done, that is what it is. Now, again, you said because there was no caveat in the constitution that allow the benchmark of the judges to be appointed. But that's a lacuna that most people are taking advantage of. If you are telling us that Akufo-Addo has packed the court with so many people and you came at the go and you appointed 7, then what are you telling us as well? So sometimes the statement you make in opposition and you come to government, you campaign in poetry in opposition. Government is a pro. You have to, so sometimes some of these things that we will say as a political actors also come to haunt us when you are in government. Because trust me, all this is happening right now within this 6 months of the NDC administration. We will still play back some years ago. So I don't believe in this tit for tat, you do me, I do you. There's a reason why when you can be different. I would have loved for me, President Mahama, to equally allow this to go. To show that he's different from the person who did this some years ago. But if you also come and do the same thing, you are the same, which is not justifiable. The Supreme Court or the judges of the Supreme Court are the only people that are not seek re-election. If a party should lose an election today, they are still there to sworn in the next president. If you politicize that particular entity, it's problematic as well. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, let me conclude. So in the removal of the Chief Justice, let it be robust so that nobody can stand up one day and just file a petition just because he has the right to file a petition. Because if you look at the process of impeaching a president, it's very rigorous. You talk about the speaker too. You need 2/3 to impeach the president, like the way currently NDC is having 2/3 in parliament. They can impeach the president easily. But let's also make it the third arm of government that it should be very robust so that nobody, because this 4-member committee, third in command, or we were told that we have 3 arms of government. The third one, the judiciary. Let no 4 people go and sit in committee. If you don't know what they are doing, and they will come out to say that you are wrong on this. No. So as long as it's part of the constitutional review, let's review that so that we have moved away from those areas whereby everything will be done in the dark. I hold the view that the constitution that we are using currently is not for probably the former president Johnny J. Kufuor, neither for John Evans Atamus or Akufo-Addo Mahama. They came to enjoy all those because what Rawlings did was to protect himself. But when I in a democratic dispensation, most of them that they have the right to change because it's benefits them hugely. They need to equally revise it because it's at the expense of Ghanaians. And I know this vicious cycle will continue. And people use this thing as a vendetta sentiment as well. It's not good for our country. For how long will we be going through this cycle? You do me, I do you. And what happened in Ablekuma recently? It's not good. So if it were to be you, and you are being from a tumble like that, will you be happy? So let's stop this kind of tit for tat behavior and focus on the nation Ghana as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vixen, for that lengthy submission. Very well. Honorable Samson.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity granted me. My name is Dr. Samson, the youth MP for Kohoma from Place North. Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that the fact that the processes involving the removal of the Chief Justice is in line with the provisions in the Constitution does not mean we should follow it anyhow. When you look at the whole thing, when the president received these petitions, you realize that some of the petitions were held for a longer period of time. Once the content of the petition is in public domain, people are discussing, radio stations. Once a copy is not sent to the one that the petition is leveled against to respond to, it is a breach of right. That the issue is already in the public domain, but the one the petition is against is not in the known. And some petitions are also held for 6 weeks without giving the opportunity to the Chief Justice to make her response. Is that what the Constitution stated? When the petition is presented to the President and in the consultation of Council of State, the prima facie determination has been done. What do you have to do? Give the opportunity to the Chief Justice or the one who the petition is against to respond. But in this case, it has not been done. I've listened to a lot of legal practitioners. This has not been done. And it is a breach. Now, when you look at it closely, I personally even have problem with Article 46, Clause 8. Yes, Article 146, Clause 8. Why should we hold matters of this nature in camera? These are things that is collapsing the country. So, for me, if there is an amendment, it should be done. We, the citizens, we should know what is actually happening. But the clause is saying that it should be held in camera, meaning in what? Private. What issues that are about individuals, which does not cause any damage to the country, are being made public for us to know. So, Mr. Speaker, in as much as the provisions in the Constitution stated that we shouldn't be in hurry in implementation of the law. We should take due process. We should be patient in our applications of the law. Could it be that someone just tell you, this is the person who killed me? Then without any necessary consultation, then you are called for the arrest of the person. No, we should be patient. Look into the issue meticulously before we take a decision. When you look at the case closely, you will realize that the determination of the prima facie was not done before the removal process began. Yes, before the removal process began, because the president received the petition in no time. Then we heard that the Chief Justice is being suspended. How long did you do that? How meticulously did you examine the prima facie of the petitions before instigating the removal process? Let us not be in hurry with the law. Now, she is fighting for her rights, and she found many petitions, many issues at the court. It has been rejected because the whole case is politically motivated. So whatever she says, nobody is willing to understand. And I am very happy
that she has taken the issue to ECOWAS court. So the ECOWAS will look into it. When you look at it, most of our laws, we don't apply it well. We breach human rights of the citizens. But for the mere fact that they don't have the resource to fight, they crawl into their shell. So the ECOWAS court should also look into the issue to see whether there's a breach of human rights law and advise the president what to follow. Again, let us avoid the retaliatory politics. The fact that somebody has removed somebody must not be a pivot for you to also say that definitely I must also remove somebody once there is no well-established evidence. We must not be doing that. Many people cited the removal of Charlotte Osei from office, that none of the members of the NDC responded to that. But in this issue, the MPP members are responding to that. If you are aware of the facts and you know they are true before the person is being removed, why will they talk? So it is not the case here. They made that argument. I've listened to them.
In conclusion.
Okay. So in conclusion, the president should take time and follow the processes laid down in the Constitution carefully. Otherwise, we are setting a bad precedent for the posterity to follow. Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Samson. Let's hear from Honorable Believe.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The name is Believe Agoso, MP for Keta Constituency. Mr. Speaker, for my view, I feel very strongly that the removal process is to accordance with the law. Because when you read 1992 Constitution, Article 146, even stipulated the removal processes, how committees should be formed. And those committees have been formed accordance with the law. And I once listened to them, Mr. President said, for him, he had left everything for the committee. Let committee finish its work. Whatever that they brought to him, then he will pick it from there. And we are here lamenting or talking about a lot of issues. We should allow the Chief Justice to have his say. That's what the committee is from. The committee said it clearly that if the president receives a petition, he may suspend the Chief Justice. So he may means that he can suspend or may not suspend. So that one, and he had decided that I will suspend, and he has suspended. So, and now the committee is doing its work. So let's follow the what committee want to do, because the formation of the committee follow is accordance with the law. Every process is accordance with the law. So I feel very strongly that these things that the removal processes is accordance with the law. We are here claiming that it's political agenda so and so. See, the current government said that they are doing resetting. And the resetting they are doing, when they find out a loophole, they must do a resetting. You can't be at the bench whereby we are still talking, you are still ruling your case, or you are still having your case. You must step aside. When you step aside, Mama said it clearly, you should be aside. When they finish, the committee finish its work, if you feel that the woman have no problem, has not caused anything, he will bring the woman back. So please, this is the law. And I've not heard anybody, even the other side, that saying that the removal process is not accordance to the law. We ever accepted it's accordance to the law. So far as the law that we are all opening every day, and you know, the same process was used sometimes back. It's not that they are doing because it was done yesterday. And I feel strongly that that is the song for current minority in parliament. And it's not because it was done before, so you are doing. No, you have done it. As you reach your 10, you are singing that song. But the man said, I am doing resetting. You can't be there with all these things alleged against you. and I will do my research with you. So let's committee finish its work, then we find the final determination. So I feel strongly that everything is according to the constitution, the 1992 constitution of republic. So let the committee take its work, finish the report, hand the report to Mr. President for Mr. President to make his final determination. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honourable members, yeah. I'm not feeling it. Honourable Minority Leader.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's on. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity again to share my view on the subject matter on floor. Some issues were raised, and these issues that were raised, I have a strong objection to these issues. So I'll be responding to them. The in-camera hearing that's stated by clause 8 of the Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. By God's grace, I had the opportunity to serve as the custodian of the HTU SRC Constitution. So, with that brief judicial knowledge, I think, Mr. Speaker, you grant me the opportunity to turn the chamber again to lecture hall, a law class, for that matter. I hope it is granted. In-camera hearing, what does it mean? It's simple. Issues that were raised against the Chief Justice are not issues that are supposed to be discussed before public. Why? Because when those issues were discussed, being discussed in public, and at the end of the day, no merit has been found on those cases, on those issues that have been filed against her, and she has been called back to office. Can any of you here be comfortable sending your matter before her? Can you be comfortable? You cannot be comfortable because you will not believe in the process that those issues does not make her be removed from office. Because these are issues of pertaining to money, some emolument that are due her, some cases that she has not presided over well, some are administrative errors, and all those are. These were issues that are raised against her. And those same issues are a breach of the 1992 Constitution, for which are very grounds for which a Chief Justice is supposed to be removed from office. And those issues does not make her out of office, but rather call her back to office. And you'll be fine sending your matters before her. As the head, as the president of the panel of justices of the Supreme Court, and the head of the judiciary, will you be fine sending your matters to her? You'll not be okay. So those issues must be heard. That's why within the knowledge and the wisdom of the framers of the Constitution, they decided that, no, you can't discuss those things before public. This is a chemistry, this is a history or the spirit behind the in-camera hearing. Secondly, the political justices that are, one member has claimed that they've appointed, MPP has been alleging the NDC has been alleging the MPP of appointing some justices who have belonged to MPP or NDC and all those stuff. We know in this country, if a member of MPP can raise a point and even show a party card of those 7 justices that have been lately appointed to the Supreme Court, will be fine. But we know in this country, Justice Ernest Gaiwu from Abutia here, 2016 parliamentary candidate who ran election with Akufo-Addo in Ho Central here, he is currently in Supreme Court. What are you saying to that? Such a person is currently in Supreme Court, serving as a justice of the Supreme Court. And he is among the 12 justices appointed by Akufo-Addo within the 8 years. What are we talking about that? Is he not a card-bearing member? If he is not a card-bearing member before he wanted to become an MP of Ho Central, then I doubt how their procedure in the MPP is all about. Nonetheless, publishing about the petition received by the Chief Justice. Yes, my honorable member made a point that the petition has been flowing in the media. Yes, that's the doing of the Chief Justice. Because when the petition has been received by the President, the Presidency notified the Chief Justice accordingly that the petition has been received. Then, in receipt of the letter that has been notified to the Chief Justice, that letter that's supposed to be sent to the Presidency, she started circulating that letter in the media before President Mahama received it, accompanied with the petition, who's supposed not to be in public domain. What about that? What about that? So she has totally confused, breached the procedure, breached the very constitution that she presided over, and she's caught in the middle and she don't know how to do anymore. So she's just taking every advice at all. Every advice that comes is all welcome, and she's acting according to them. So let us be very careful. Let us be very straightforward in criticizing this matter. Finally, the cases that we are saying that she has petitioned before the Supreme Court. As we speak, the Supreme Court and then the High Court, she petitioned 5 cases. 5, for Mr. Speaker, 5. All these cases were dismissed, were thrown out. If there is any merit in these cases, why won't they deliver justice for her? It means it lacks merit, it lacks substance. To a point that they are even asking her to show them, the justices were asking her to show them which part of the Constitution says this, and she is not able to do so. Her lawyer is not able to do so. The Chief Justice of the Republic? No. It's not that low that this matter have to descend to. No. I can't think far. So you see, let's look at this portion too. These justices that are presided over the case, in conclusion, these justices that are presided over the case are all appointed by Akufo-Addo. What about that? Currently, including her, we have 14 standing justices of the Supreme Court. 12 appointed by Akufo-Addo, including herself, Justice Gabriel Puama, appointed by Mahama in 2015. And then Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, the acting Chief Justice, appointed by President Kufuor in 2008. Back in 2008, all the justices that presided over these 5 cases were all appointed by Akufo-Addo. But yet still, they are not able to give her justice. If it is about politics, it is her caucus that these justices are presiding from. They are presiding from her caucus. And I believe they should do the political thing. But at the end of the day, all of them are saying no, 4-0, 5-0, 4-1, some point in time 3-2, and all those sort of things. And you can see that no, our Chief Justice is taking the matter so low. As she said, 88 years standing GBA member, and has ascended to the high office of the judiciary, president of the panel of justices of the Supreme Court. Oh no. So let's criticize this issue very well. They are not able to pinpoint one provision in the Constitution that says that all this procedure has been breached. And honorable member is saying that even though the procedure have not been breached, we should carefully how? Like, we should carefully go through the procedure. How? You should take time. I can't think far, Mr. Speaker. So this is my submission on this subject matter. I'll come back again. Thank you.
Honorable Isaac Etonam.
Okay. Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Speaker in the House. I'm getting a bit lost, but because the motion before the House is clear in its terms, it says that the processes involved in the removal of the Chief Justice are constitutional. If you want to speak to it, whether or not they are constitutional, that is what you have to be doing as far as the motion is concerned. Whether or not it is politically motivated, whether the justices sitting on the case are appointed by Nanado and so on and so forth, are things that we can discuss later. In fact, if you want to bring in the issue of in camera and so on, and bring the constitution and the gaps in it and so on in this argument, I don't see how it helps us. But Mr. Speaker, here is my point. If you read Article 146, when you read that very article and you read the provisions there for the removal of chief justices, I for one have not seen anything that is a breach. And so in my opinion, all those processes have been followed. And so the motion before us says that the House agrees, we believe, and it is my opinion, I stand to firmly support the motion, that the processes followed so far are in line with the Constitution. In fact, the 1992 Constitution of the Republic. But because Mr. Speaker allowed a number of speakers already to speak outside of this motion to bring some issues on board already, I'd like to speak to a few of those. One of them has to do with the in-camera situation that the honorable member who just spoke before me mentioned. Now, this Chief Justice is a public servant. She is there to serve the interest of the public. And so if issues are raised against her conduct, why she is unfit for the purpose to be a Chief Justice, then I don't see why we should say it should be in camera. That is a problem I personally have with this Constitution, with the provision of the Constitution. That is a problem. That you say that a public officer acting on behalf of the public, paid from the consolidated fund, paid from taxpayers' money, has offended or has misbehaved, and then you believe that the case has to be held in private, in secret, so people don't get to hear. And I hear the honorable member say that if you hear some of these things, when you...
Honorable member, please hold your horse. There's a point of correction. Let me take that. Honorable Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Yeah, this is the reason why I want to correct the honorable member currently on the floor. Yes, these issues that I raised so far, it's not that I'm deviating from the subject matter or the motion before the House. I'm very, very much aware, over 100% much aware of the motion before the House. But what I was responding to, which I will not allow to go without being attended to, is that some allegations were raised, which are equally outside the subject matter we are discussing. Should we allow you to go like that? No, you have to respond to it. That's what I was responding to. So it's not that I was deviating from the subject matter, but I was doing correction.
Well noted.
With regard to facts on grounds. Thank you.
Well noted. Well noted. Honorable member. Honorable Isaac, please, you may proceed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Correction well noted. But the thing is, if somebody raised a point outside of the motion, you contributed to that, you're still outside of the motion. That is undisputable. So that's fine. But on the issue of the Chief Justice's issues being held in public, I don't hold the view. I disagree with him on the fact that when the issues are discussed in public, you may not have the confidence and the trust to still take your cases to her. The Constitution is clear. If the processes and the procedures show that you are guilty of the charges leveled against you, you will be dismissed. Period. And so so if you are brought back, then it means that the charges leveled against you are without substance, and that should even increase the confidence of the citizens to come to your court. And so I don't agree with that. Now, the second issue is the issue about the petition in the public domain. And he tried to make it look as though it is illegal for the petition that was written against the Chief Justice to be in the public domain. When you read Article 146, there is nowhere as part of those provisions that show that the petitions against the Chief Justice cannot be in the public domain. The only thing that is not as per the bias of the Constitution, if I'm allowed to say that, that is not supposed to be in the public domain is the proceedings. So the petitions being in public domain is not a problem. That cannot be a problem. It is not a breach of the Constitution. So even if the Chief Justice herself leaked those petitions, as you make it to seem, it is not a breach of the Constitution. So that is also another one. But all in all, Mr. Speaker, my point is these processes, as we see President Mahama and his team follow, are right in line with the Constitution. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, in the House.
Thank you very much, Honorable Isaac Etonam. Honorable Magbless, it's your time to contribute to the motion. Honorable Minority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity once again. Mr. Speaker, you see, when this subject matter came into the public domain, a lot of meanings were read into this subject matter. We are in a country that, courts of public opinion rules over even the judiciary. Why am I saying this? When a matter came into public domain, the opinion of Ghanaians is already, in fact, judged. Is already judged as far as the subject matter is concerned. Ghanaians are calling for the removal of this Chief Justice long ago, before the election was even conducted. I hear a member saying, in order for the bench to be balanced, President Mahama said the NDC lawyers should express interest on the bench for them to be appointed as justices of the Supreme Court. We, this side of of this house, take strong objection to that subject matter. Mr. Speaker, let it be on record that I'm not deviating from the subject matter, but it's a correction I'm making. Why am I saying so? President Mahama said the comment that he made, a procedure for a lawyer to become a justice in any of, from judge, from magistrate, from that's the circuit court, district court, high court, appeals court, and Supreme Court, is well known and defined. You must be a lawyer of good standing for 12 years in the bar. So if Mahama is telling them that show interest, it's high time you also show interest in joining the bench. What does that mean? Does that mean that he is going to be the president and appoint them to be justices of the Supreme Court and give a ruling in favor of his party? No. If somebody is reading meaning into that in this regard, I take a strong objection to that. No? Nonetheless, subject matter. Last 2 weeks, one Madam Janet Nabla, the flag bearer for PMP in the run-up to the 2024 election, submitted a petition to His Royal Highness or Majesty Otumfuo pertaining to the removal of the Chief Justice, that this attack on her and attack on women of this country. My point is very clear, and I made it earlier. Where was she when a petition was filed by Honorable Anodompre Frank Anodompre MP for Insawam Adwajiri to remove the then Shraj boss in 2015, Madam Vivian Lamte. Mahama accepted this petition, acted on it with these same Article 1 forces of the 1992 Constitution. The records are there. President Mahama, he filed this petition partly with Richard Nyama. And Mahama's own appointee, he issued this procedure, this same Article 1 forces, and they removed her from office. So in what way that this process is being tempered? If I appointed somebody and my opposition party send a petition, and I accepted that petition and allow my appointee to go through the process, and a prima facie case has been established against her, and I allow her to be removed from office, and that same proceeding is being followed today in the removal of the Chief Justice, and we have issues with it. Come on, let's be serious in this country. Let's be serious for once, for Christ's sake, let's be serious in this country. That if, you see, I hate this kind of politics, that if it is in favor of me, the laws are working. If it is against me, no. This is politics. This is vindictive politics. They weaponize the state institution against us. I hate that kind of politics. Let's be frank. Let's allow processes to be followed. And then, Madam Nabla, I don't get the reason why. So when they remove Madam Vivian Lamte, then Sraj boss, they remove Madam lawyer Charlotte Ose. What was her? Why was there? Sorry.
Honorable member, in conclusion.
In conclusion, why was Madam Janet Nabla? Before all of a sudden her voice was lost. She didn't have a voice. Then to talk about attack on womanhood. But rather, now that she got that voice, or that voice which was lost has finally been found, and she has that voice to talk about today, I believe her stand is just a cheap popularity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minority Leader. Honorable Majority Leader, I thought you save yourself to be the last. But let's hear
something has necessitated me to.
Let's hear from you, Honorable Majority Leader.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. So, Mr. Speaker, in the earlier statement made by my honorable member just beside me here, he made mention that during the removal of the then Electoral Commission boss, Mrs. Jane Mensah, Charlotte Ose, pardon me, Charlotte Ose, the committee, the deputies, the 3 deputies then were having issues between them that actually necessitated the first removal of her. And I would ask a rhetorical question that what makes him have confidence in himself that the people that the suspended Chief Justice was working with, they don't have actually issues with her? What makes him have that confidence in himself? For all you know. And then answering my honorable member Samson's question by having issues with Article 146 clause 8, and Honorable Wanda actually gave you part of the reasons why that in camera is being stated there. Is not just for fun aspects of it, but there was a reason behind it, and he just gave you one side of it. Currently, the people that the suspended Chief Justice was working with before her suspension, they were actually testifying against her. And could you imagine those actually testifying against her, and upon all the testimony that they are giving against her, and she hasn't been found guilty, your conscience, could you relax and then actually work with her upon testifying against her? No. So that was one of the reasons why the in camera clause was actually stated there. for you not to actually look that you've testified against me, so, and I've seen your face in camera, right in the public domain. So when I come, there is no way I will actually work with you again, and it brings some kind of issues and confusions in on the panel again. That's one of the main reasons why the in camera was actually stated there. So, and you even say you have issues with it. The debate for today doesn't mean you have issues with any provision in the constitution. Until amendment is being done, we can still go ahead and have issues with it, and that's not the only provision in the constitution that citizens are actually having issues on. There are a litany of clauses there that each Ghanaian is having it, even on the appointment of the Chief Justice itself, the entire appointment, even issues are surrounding it that the president should remove his hand in the appointment of the Chief Justice. And not only that one, and you stated that her right has been infringed upon, and you failed to give me any of the provisions that actually violated her right. And you just made that statement in the air without giving us any substantive reason or any clause to back your claim. Know that in the law there is a statement that a multitude of allegations does not constitute a proof. You can make 1,001 a litany of allegations, but if not backed by the constitution, that okay, I'm making this allegation because of this, and then I'm backing it with this clause in the constitution. You can make 1,001 allegations, but if not backed by the constitution, it's just a mere allegation, and it's not actually a proof that a court of competent jurisdiction or judicature can actually use in court. No. So all my honorable members, even not on camera, I heard honorable members saying that the judicial should be actually, they should handle it, and I've heard honorable Samson also making that statement that we should actually know how to handle this case. No, in the same constitution, and even if the speaker, the chief justice, or any MP, in as much as it's a removal, the same constitution will be used for you. If it's the chief justice, the same constitution will be used for you. No matter how many noises you make, the law is still the law. No matter what you say, no matter what statement you say, the law is still the law, and we are using the law, and it's clear, no ambiguity. So my honorable members, if you are making any statement that the president of the day is actually violating the rights or whatsoever, let's back it by claims, let's present it, let's all actually verify whether it's in line with the violation. When we talk about human rights violation, go and ask the people of Central Kofi Akpafo Elolobi, have their rights not been violated for 4 solid years without representation? I'm sure that case is actually coming back. Yes. And we are not talking about that one. We are just saying that Mr. President is doing things not in accordance with the law. Honorable members stated it. In 2014, 2 members from the MPP raised issues against the then Shraj boss. On the 14th, the 4th of November 2015, she has been removed from office. The same person that appointed her. So we are not doing pick and choose as some of the honorable members are stating. In conclusion, before you speak, know that whatever you say or whatever you do, the law is still the law. Thank you.
Honorable Samson Luche. Honorable members, please be informed that after Honorable Samson, I will take last submission from both sides, then the concluding remarks from the leaders.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, and the August House. Having listened carefully to the issues being put across by the various speakers, Mr. Speaker, it is a fact that the law is the law. But in the application of the law, if due processes are not followed, we will end up causing anarchy in our country. We are still saying that the provisions under Article 146 has been followed. But in the process of following those provisions, things have been tainted. What has been tainted? The prima facie determination did not conclude before the removal processes was instigated. Maybe he is not aware. I listened to several judges, lawyers. I listened to several lawyers who made those cases. Yes, I had several of them make those cases. So when you are making those points, I'm not misleading the house. I'm not misleading the house. Please, I'm not misleading. Even the Chief Justice in her statement, I listened to her very well in her statement.
Honorable member,
In her statement,
honorable member, there's a point of correction.
yes, the correction should come.
It's your leader, minority leader. Please, let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I believe that the majority leader also has something to say. So after I finish, I will use my small time to him to also finish it.
Honorable member, it's not a point of submission. You are on a point of correction.
And he's also equally raising that point of correction.
Let me hear from you. Cry your own cry. As at now.
Thank you very much for the opportunity again, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my revered honorable member. He's my good friend. But this one day we will not go on that tangent. Okay, let's be frank to each other. He was making a point that in determining the prima facie evidence, as far as these three petitions that were tabled before the president were concerned, the process has not ended. And I want to find from you these prima facie evidence that were deduced from the petitions came from Council of State.
Honorable member, your point of correction has now turned to.
Were you part of Council of State?
Point of questioning. And we don't have something like point of questioning. Honorable member, please resume your seat.
Thank you. So you should answer the question, Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence.
Honorable member.
Was he part of Council of State?
Honorable member.
Thank you.
Please, you are not to answer that question. Honorable member, you are not to answer that question. Honorable majority leader, your point of correction, let's hear it before we proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. This is a house of record keeping, and we are here to actually learn and relearn. And we are also here to be each other's keeper. Mr. Speaker, you sitting in the chair presiding over the house also for some time now have followed the proceedings of this entire suspension process. He made a statement earlier on that the Chief Justice was suspended before the determination of the prima facie case, which is actually false. Which is actually false. And for your information, she was suspended on the 22nd of April. And we all know that the prima facie case has been determined before that day. We read it in the news, it has been determined before that day. And you also stated earlier on that she not receiving the petition, but it was in the public domain, Was that petition or the petition being in public domain? Does it mean it was from the Flagstaff House before reaching the public domain? It's what you can't just stand up and say that
Honorable Leader,
because it was in the public domain, it was from the speaker's or the president's office, and then they actually disclose the contents of the petition into the public. So, honorable member, kindly advise yourself accordingly
Honorable
and
Leader,
speak to
your
the facts.
points well noted, submission well made. Honorable Samson, please make your submission based on facts and not fallacies.
Thank you very much,
Not
Mr. Speaker.
propaganda.
Unless they refuse to accept the facts.
Honorable Samson.
Unless they refuse to accept the facts.
Honorable Samson. Honorable Samson. Honorable Samson.
Mr. Speaker.
Before I became a speaker of this house, I'm a citizen myself. And I'm still a citizen. I followed all the processes that we are debating on today. Honorable Samson, as I said, be guided. I am in the chair. I don't want to
Speaker, I've also followed discussions concerning this.
Honorable member, please be guided. That's what I want to tell you. Be guided and make your submission based on facts. It should be factual. Honorable Samson, you have the chair. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, again, I'm making the point that the Chief Justice has not been given opportunity to respond to the very petition that, yes, he was not given an opportunity to respond. And if lawyers are discussing this, even in her own statement, she made mention of this, that she has not been given the opportunity to respond to the
honorable member
for a very longer period of time. No. If you want to set a stumbling block, so that you can just whitewash, you can just whitewash some things in this house, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable member, resume your seat. Honorable member, please resume your seat. Honorable members, let's be guided. We were all in this country that the president gave the Chief Justice 10 days for her to respond to the petition. Honorable member, you can't throw that into our eye. No, I won't allow that. Honorable member, I won't allow that.
I go talk.
Honorable members, order. Honorable members, order. Let's proceed. Majority side, any submission? That will be the last submission from the majority side, and I'll take the concluding remarks from the leaders.
Thank you, Speaker in the House. My name is Victor Baisalom, MP for Hall
Constituency. You have 3 minutes.
The only constituency, 3 minutes. But okay, thank you very much. So, Mr. Speaker, the point must be made again that this whole episode of removing the Chief Justice is politically motivated. Because if you are saying you are resetting and you are resetting backwards, you can't tell us to shut up. Because we have to use your previous comments to hold you responsible. I hold the view that Mama or the petitioners may be right, but you going to meet, I heard someone saying that you're going to meet NDC lawyers. Are there really lawyers in Ghana? Why want to meet all the lawyers and tell them this? The same way, if MP also go to meet MP lawyers, what you read into that meaning is that you are telling them that when you come to power, you balance the bench. Now, the argument should be made clear. If you are learning, you have to learn very well as honorable members. Mr. Speaker.
Proceed.
another one made a point as if everybody just packing the bench with MEP apparatus. You see, before an appointment will be made, there's a need for a judge to go for pension because they retire at the age of 70 years. As the time people came, unfortunately for him, most of the people were retiring, starting from Justice Doche, the one who died recently, they bury Bedema and the rest. So that what appointed two judges at the expense of them going to retirement, that's mean therefore this is packing the court with MEP apparatus. The point must be made clear. You can't appoint someone to the bench without someone going, unless of course the justice, the chief justice require of more judges to because of the backlog of cases that they have at the Supreme Court. Now and again, I don't remember the point that we are deviating from the argument. You see, you can't discuss this whole issue without its own issue surrounding it as well. Then that be the case, there's no debate at all. Because all of us agree that this process, but I'm saying that this issue is politically motivated. Someone made a point. The first time I will hear this issue on social media is when Sami David came to discuss this issue on Adum FM. Still, you can't tell us to shut up and keep out on this issue. Like I've heard a view that when the NDC go to court and they win the case, the judiciary is working. But when they go and they give them 7-0, they say everyone has packed the court with MPP apparatus. But the point must be made again that you see, we have a history on these judicial issues. There's a reason why we have three arms of government, and of course, the last one, which is the judiciary, is an independent body as well. In the midst of all altercations and violence, there are people that will run to resolve the issue amicably. But then again, if a party lost power, they don't go on re-election. No. They sworn in the president and who also has to govern the country. And the point was made again that I made mention that the EC, the then EC, is an administrative body as well, and sit at the office of the president. The Strat body is an administrative body. You can't compare these two things to the judicial as well. The issue at hand in the removal of Saroche in 2018 were internal conflict as well. Now, if you are removing an administrative body, it's not as you can use the same rule, you should be very careful when dealing with the judicial council as well, because if you come to tell us that when you come to power, you balance the bench. But what you said last year September, I was saying okay fine. What you said, you are accomplishing it, because if you come and you appoint a civil as a goal, and you're telling us that because there's a need for judges to be appointed, then what Alfred was doing in the past, what are the same things that you also came to do? So if you have to learn very well without any propaganda, because the truth cannot be predicated on propaganda as well. And
thank you very much, Honorable Vixen.
I thought I'm concluding.
No, thank you very much.
So, Mr. Speaker, if you are resetting and you are not resetting in the manner that we expect, you can't tell us to shut up. With all this that is happening, but my fear is that when we become, they will do same. So, in removing the third arm of government, we should politicize it. Even if you have issue, I prefer Mama should have kept quiet when it was opposition, so that all these issues surrounding this thing will not be deemed as a political football that they are playing as well. Thank you very much.
Submission of me. Honor my place.
We say the one.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker in the House. My name is Mark Bless, Reverend U20 for Southstone. Mr. Speaker, it's been an honor to speak on the subject matter on floor. I've seen my honorable members have made great inputs, and also some of these kind of issues, let's try to handle them as youth and as the way we see it. I was so saddened when my honorable member Samson was misleading the House with Vim, forgetting that we all here was following the same case, and we have facts and evidences backing what he's saying that it's a lie. Mr. Speaker, for the Supreme Court, I beg to differ. I don't really know the jurisdiction they used to pick the Chief Justice. But reading the whole article about all what is happening, you could even see that some justices were even at the Supreme Court far away some 10 years, 15 years back. But the current Chief Justice, who is on suspension, was appointed from the High Court to the Supreme Court some 2, 3 years, and she became Chief Justice. Yes, it's somebody might say it's not political interference, but clearly shows that it's a political interference at that side, and it's as well internal conflict. So when things are happening like this, it's the own people that are there that are pursuing here into all these things, but we stay at the back and will be arguing with facts which are not true. So what the little I would say, we at youth, let's try to learn and follow proceedings as to all these cases before we try to put our mouth or our contributions to it on the public space. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mark Bless. Concluding remarks. Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity once again. It has been an insightful discussion, I might say. Just that I can see some honorable members. Honorable member, can you give me the audience to speak?
Honorable members, order.
Just that some honorable members have refused to learn, and I don't know if it's a deliberate attempt to just mislead the house. And I've heard honorable one of, let's say, Salom, he stated we should use the same rule, but let's be careful with the judicial. Let's be careful with the judicial as well. Those are his words. And I will ask, what happens to the equality before the law? Must we treat judiciary with silver spoon, or let's say a golden spoon, and then treat the shroud boss with a rubber spoon? That's a rhetorical question that I will actually put before the house. Mr. Speaker, no matter your position, you can be the president, but when you are being caught up with the law, the same law will apply to you, no matter your position or your portfolio. If you are the Speaker of Parliament, you will breach the law of this house. We will remove you by the law stated in the Constitution or the standing orders. As simple as that. We shouldn't look at it like this is an arm of government, so we should give them some kind of preferential treatment. No, that shouldn't be the discussion we should be having as youth of this country. And he also made mention that in removing the third arm of government, let's not politicize it. And the whole day, honorable member, please lend me your ears. You've made mention that in terms of the politicization of the judiciary, I don't know. Let me quote your words verbatim, honorable member. Let me just quote your words verbatim. In removing the third arm of government, let's not politicize it. Those are your words. And for the entire day that you sat beside me here, you've not even mentioned any part of the process so far that has been politicized. That has actually been politicized. And you just making statement that the petitioners are actually from NDC. I beg to differ. I don't know whether he has been able to ascertain whether they are card-bearing members of the NDC. He's just making a statement, and it's actually not right for this house. Mr. Speaker, on this note,
I believe strongly that the processes so far in the removal process has actually been followed. The due process has been followed in accordance with the 1992 Constitution, Article 146 and 144 stated the appointment of the Chief Justice, and 146 states the removal of the same Chief Justice. And so far, the determination of the prima facie has been found, and which follows the suspension of the Chief Justice accordingly. And the committee also has been formed, and they are actually doing their work. So, honorable members, let's say Honorable Samson and Honorable Vixen Selon, saying those words and without backing it with substantial evidence with regards to the 1992 Constitution, honorable members and the entire House, let's uphold the integrity and the Constitution.
Honorable Majority
Let's uphold the Constitution.
Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable Majority Leader, please.
Thank you very much.
A point of correction.
Mr. Speaker, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Oh.
As you stated, this is my closing remarks, and I'll be back. Thank you.
Honorable Vixen, I saw your answer. You were, I don't know, was it? I don't know which point interventional sign you were.
Lenient on him. That's why I came with a correction with it. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. My name is Mr. Baisalom, MP for Ohoe, the only commercial city voter region.
Mr. Speaker, please let it be on record that if the member also from my government
No. Someone is misquoting, so I need to put that in context. I gave background to what is happening. I told you that the reason why I still hold the view that is that the past statement that the president made, that's where I'm basing my argument. But if he is saying that I didn't if he said I didn't back my point in any evidence, then all that we are saying over here is conjecturing.
Honorable
Because as it stands now, nobody has not backed any fact with any evidence. What they say is no. Have you backed any of your submission? No. Because if you want to learn, you need to learn very well in this house as well.
Thank you.
And I've told them that it's politically motivated. Thank you very much. Because I gave the background before making my submission.
Point well noted. Honorable member, please resume your seat. Concluding remarks, Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for such a very wonderful chairing you've issued as far as today's proceeding is concerned. I must commend you. But you are doing well. That's why you deserve another term. Can I hear you about that? Yeah. Mr. Speaker of the House, yes, as far as the debate is concerned, I also have some other reservations to make as far as this subject matter is concerned. Some few weeks ago, this same Chief Justice was at it again, whereby she issued a presser or a press conference mentioning the venue under which this scrutiny is ongoing. That's a Dues Lodge in the confines of the old castle, old Osu Castle, formerly the seat of the president. And she made some allegations that the committee sending the work of the committee there was one way or the other a plan or a plot to intimidate her, because in the killing of those 3 judges and 1 military man who happened to be her uncle was perpetrated in that same venue. But I want to put it on record and to disassociate myself and ourselves from that comment. That never again should she make that comment again anywhere. Why am I saying so? In the earlier days, upon the assumption of office of this current administration, His Excellency President Mahama-led administration, the Vice President, Professor Nana Opoku Ajima, operated from Edu's Lodge because they were doing some renovation works at her office at the Jubilee House. If you don't know, I'm saying that in front of camera, saying that Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajima, the current Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, operated as a Vice President from Edu's Lodge due to the fact that they were doing some renovation work at the Jubilee House, at the office of the Vice President. That something happened to her? Was she killed? Was she at any point in time feel intimidated? No. So, on no grounds that venue should she be making this comment that it was a plot against her. Secondly, if you send our minds back to Nigeria, one Chief Justice of Nigeria, His Lordship Onoji, the then Chief Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, under the rulership of His Excellency Jonathan Goodluck, he was the Chief Justice. When His Excellency Buhari came,
may his soul rest in peace.
May his soul rest in peace indeed. When the late Buhari came, they impeached this Chief Justice Onoji, and the current Chief Justice of Ghana sent this whole matter to ECOWAS Community Courts for adjudication. And then Onoji also sent the matter to the same ECOWAS court, because just Abuja, the ECOWAS court is in Abuja. Justice has not been delivered to her, but to him. Why? Because the procedures put under his remover does not end. Like they did not finish with those procedures. And the same procedure that has been put in place for the removal of Madam Tokonu has not elapsed. And all of a sudden, the current judicial system that you preside over, you are running away from that judicial system, and even they've not even done with the process, going to ECOWAS court. And I can promise her that ECOWAS court will dismiss that case, because they cannot come and dictate to Ghana. They also know what it takes as far as due process is concerned. The process has not elapsed. All of a sudden, you rush to Nigeria, ECOWAS court. No. So, Madam Speaker, or Mr. Speaker, as far as this debate is concerned, I believe we share our ideas in shaping a national discourse as far as the removal process of these public officers, particularly the Chief Justice, in the way back, the removal of Honorable Daniel Yao Domelevo, the then Auditor General of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, this same Supreme Court came saying that President Akufo-Addo has removed him unconstitutionally. Nothing has been said. There has not been any uproar. When Madam Charlotte Osei has been removed, there has not been any uproar. When Madam Loretta Vivian Lamte, then Stratch Boss, was removed, there has not been any uproar. And some other, public officers, with this same Article 146, Mr. Speaker, for Christ's sake, no uproar. And yet still, the same procedure that Mahama took for Madam Loretta Vivian Lamte, the same procedure is being followed. This one has become the top of the talk of town. No. Let's be serious in this country. Let's call a spade a spade, and we'll make a headway. I thank you very much for this debate for the day and before the House, and we look forward to contributing our quota in shaping the national discourse as youth, preparing ourselves for a national and a public office. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the minority leader. Honorable members, I must say you have debated very well, even though some people try to throw dust into our eyes. Honorable members, as you always say, when you are debating, you should debate based on facts, evidence based. Honorable members, at the end of today's debate on the motion, this House believes that the processes involved in the removal of the Chief Justice of Ghana is in line with the provisions of the 1992 Constitution. Honorable members, as many as in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, we move to the next item on our order paper. That's item 7. Honorable members, as it was communicated earlier, item 7 on our order paper has already been dealt with. It has been treated. So let's move straight to the last item on our order paper, which is
Statement.
Honorable, I've not adopted any statements, any petition. Honorable member, I've not adopted any statement, and today I'm not giving a chance for any statements.
Mr. Speaker, let's hear our views on the Ablekuma North.
Honorable member,
An uproar has been caused.
Honorable member,
Let's condemn it. Let's condemn that happening.
It's by my discretion. Honorable member, please resume your seat. Let's proceed.
So, Mr. Speaker, we are accepting the uproar that has happened in Ablekuma North.
Honorable member, please resume your seat.
We are accepting it.
Honorable member, please resume your seat.
Let it be on record. Clerk, bolding it. Make it bold. Make it bold.
Honorable leader, honorable minority leader, you are one of the oldest people in this house. You should behave as such. Honorable member, we all condemn violence, especially electoral violence. So it should be stated on record. Honorable members, item 8 on our order paper, adjournment to the 13th, which happens to be the last parliamentary sitting of this House. Honorable members, honorable majority leader, please move a motion for the adjournment of the House.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. As we adjourn today's sitting to our inaugural sitting, once again, I will encourage all honorable members.
Honorable member, point of correction. We are adjourning to the last sitting.
The last sitting, and on that same day, we will be having our inaugural sitting.
So
right?
We are adjourning it to our last.
To our last sitting.
Yes.
Which
the last
also
sitting
happens to be.
The last sitting is different from the inaugural sitting.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well noted. And I want to encourage all honorable members that that same day will be the day for our inaugural sitting into the 5th Parliament. So, as stated earlier, let's dress nicely. If you can afford the suit, at least a shirt and a tie is kind of more appropriate. So let's act accordingly. On this note, Mr. Speaker, I will encourage honorable members, I will encourage us all to try and uphold the freedom and of rights of this country. Let's not be the youth that we cannot have confidence in ourselves going forward. And let's not be blinded by political affiliations. Mr. Speaker, on this note, since my team is playing today, I will encourage all honorable members to accordingly support us, even the Barca fans and the lies.
Honorable member, this is a house of business.
Yes, even on the floor of business, we are allowed to make this statement. Mr. Speaker, that's your opinion. Opinions are like noses. You equally have one. So that's it. So on this note, I humbly move for the adjournment of this sitting, today's sitting, to our last sitting, which happens to be on the 9th of August 2025. I thank you.
Honorable Minority Leader, please do us the honor in seconding the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker of the House, for the opportunity to second the motion moved by the Majority Leader. Mr. Speaker, it has been a very harmonious day where we discuss issues, we learn, relearn, and unlearn. I must take this opportunity to be very grateful to YIP for all this work, because it is number one platform to shape the futures for leadership role, parliamentary role, social norms and values, and so on in Africa. So let us all come on board in making sure that that truly comes to reality. Number two, attendance. It is my prayer that in the fifth parliament, attendance should increase, because it's not encouraging at all. Yes, because you can see the number of MPs that we have, and if you see the number of MPs that are currently here, if you take the Hansa department from it, the Marshal from it, the MPs, we are not many, we are not even up to 20. So I'm humbly stressing on that again, that in the fifth parliament, something needs to be done. Thirdly, Mr. Speaker, I moved earlier today that the position of the minority leader should be brought to a member of the business committee, as I propose that the standing order should be amended. Yes, I want to table that again. Yeah, since the executive director is here, I want to inform him accordingly. Yeah, so that in this whole caucus, it is only my whip, minority whip, that's a member of the business committee, and he is not obliged to come and update the caucus. Yes, that's his constitutional right. So I pray that the minority leader position should also come to be a member of the business committee when the amendment has been done to the standing orders. And then finally, I want to thank my constituents whom I represent, the good people of Anglon, my revered home, a home that I am from, a home that, in fact, if you go there once, executive director came from that area, honorable member for
Honorable member, you are seconding a motion. I've given you the benefit of the doubt for the last 4 minutes. Honorable member, please second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm guided. Mr. Speaker, you know how we do it. Yeah. So we are still doing it. So on this note, I thank you all for coming. My minority caucus, Choboy, thank you very much for today's business. And secondly to majority caucus, led by my revered brother. Yes, as he told me that he want to become the majority when I was the majority leader. Oh, of course. I gave him all the powers that go and represent me, and he is doing well. Can you hear yeah for that? Yes, so I bless you, and you are doing well. Yes. So, but you have to come home again. You have to come home for another blessing to continue in the fifth parliament. So, on this note, Mr. Speaker, I humbly second the motion for adjournment to the last sitting of this fourth parliament. I so move. Thank you.
Honorable members, the motion for the adjournment to the last parliamentary sitting on the 9th of August 2025 has been moved and duly seconded. All honorable members in favor, say aye. Those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is carried. The House is accordingly adjourned.
Capture minority. Minority has not been captured from the beginning. You have captured the speaker.